I want to address this little thing that's on my virtual background if you're watching on YouTube. That is, of course, Shannon Sharpe, Skip Bayless, Skip and Shannon Undisputed. That airs every Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to noon Eastern on FS1. Because it was reported last Wednesday, and I didn't get to it on Thursday due to me just wanting to focus on the NBA Finals. But it was reported that the man on my left ear, Shannon Sharpe, is leaving Undisputed. Now, we all know of the controversies that have happened over probably December, January, when it came to Skip calling out Shannon over Skip basically saying that Tom Brady was a better football player than Shannon Sharpe because Skip Bayless got mad over the fact that somebody was questioning that Tom Brady may be washed in today's modern day NFL, where you really need a mobile quarterback. Of course, they've gotten into a lot of heated battles on Baker Mayfield as well. That set off the argument. And then there was the Damar Hamlin tweet that Skip Bayless sent out the night of that horrible incident, that we are still open that Damar Hamlin can somehow make a recovery and if he wishes to play football again. This is a little bit of a different topic for me on the Brands World podcast. You guys know we don't talk a lot of media industry news on this podcast. I've always said, fall is mostly football. Spring, we go into obviously a lot of NBA, and obviously there's wrestling all year round. Do a little bit of baseball when it comes to the trade deadline in the summer, and then the postseason, obviously, in the fall, but not a ton of it. We mostly stick to on the court, on the field type things. Obviously, if there's a tragedy or something like that with the Damar Hamlin situation, we've addressed it. But this is something that I did want to bring on today's show because I don't know anybody, and again, I know a lot of people in the sports media industry that can't stand Skip, but I don't know anybody that doesn't necessarily enjoy this show. Skip and Shannon ever since 2016 for me has been a go-to watch slash listen, whether I'm at work listening on my computer while I'm working, because I do work remotely full time, or whether I was in college or in school. I was still in high school, for the record, when these two launched this show in 2016. And it really, to me, is an example of a great debate show. Yes, they get heated, but it was a little bit more structured. It didn't go off as tangentially as Stephen A. and Skip did on First Take. These two have been my morning coffee, as I've always said. Now, I'm an occasional coffee drinker. I will drink a Starbucks or a Dunkin' maybe once a week. Sometimes, if I'm really tired, 2 times a week. Usually, sometimes no days a week. It really depends. The point is, I'm not much of a coffee drinker every day like some people are, but I did consider these two my morning coffee. And a lot of change has happened in my life, as I'm sure a lot of change has happened in your life over the last 7 years. I've been going through a lot of things personally. A lot of stuff is happening really over the last year or two, and a lot of stuff is happening right now behind the scenes for me while I continue to work full time and do this podcast on the side. So, regardless of all that, Skip and Shannon have been my rock. When they're on, when that No Mercy by Little Wayne comes on at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time every, Monday through Friday, every weekday. Thoroughly enjoy it. I listen to pretty much the whole show. These two have great banner, and I love these guys together. And I am really personally upset, and I understand why Shannon was leaving. I know that they're not the best of friends, but it just hurts me as a consumer because these guys have where I got a lot of my sports news. I look up to both of these guys. I think Shannon has done a great job for himself, converting from an NFL Hall of Fame tight end to being on the CBS pregame show to really being a guy that's grown, with his Shay Shay podcast called Shay Shay, but also with Undisputed and growing himself as a person and as a media personality. And listen, many people can say a lot of things about Skip and his character and his tweets and his takes and all you wish. As you guys know, I do have some of those takes. I've been compared a lot to Skip Bayless, to Colin Cowherd, to these quote unquote talking heads. But as I've always said, there's some personalities that kind of sway me because I like their style, I like their takes, I like their sort of no holds barred attitude, and that's what Skip is kind of for me. He'll say something and it may be outrageous, and I may agree with it or I may not agree with it, but the point of the matter is, it's his take, it's feelings, and I have respect for that. So I just wanted to give you my take on all this drama. Again, if it is true, which it sounds like it is true, Shannon Sharpe's last days and Undisputed will be after the NBA Finals. I'm gonna miss all those cases of do bets. I'm gonna miss these guys going back and forth, being the banter that they are. It'll be interesting to see where Shannon goes, who's the new debate partner with Skip, as this sort of new media, as Draymond Green calls it. And I guess I'm a part of it a little bit here with this podcast, Transforms. But if this is truly the end of Undisputed, I want to say thank you to both of you guys for giving me a lot of great memories when I've been down, when I've been happy, when I've been through a lot of change in my life. These two have always been there for me, and I will appreciate them. And I am still listening to the show every day, and I cannot wait to see the debates and the do bets and everything these two have to offer as the NBA Finals conclude. You like that clip from the Brands World podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. While you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brands World podcast right here on YouTube.